He's known as a human lie detector. Retired Texas Ranger James B. Holland spent more than 2 decades drawing confessions from some of the most dangerous criminals in America.
Yeah, now his chilling new series, Killer Confessions, pulls viewers inside real interrogations, and James is joining us now. Hey, James.
Good morning. Good morning, Arkansas. Thanks
Yeah,
for having me.
absolutely. Yeah.
So the series takes viewers inside actual interrogations. What makes Killer Confessions different from maybe other true crime shows?
The idea of the show is to pull the curtain back, as a detective or homicide investigator, to kind of pull the curtain back and allow the public to see what's going on in a case from its infancy, how you identify suspects, how you conduct the interviews, what's going on behind the scenes with investigators and game plans, and specifically the read that we're getting in the interview room and how things are progressing.
Yeah. Now, you've been called the human lie detector. When did you first realize maybe you had a unique ability to draw those confessions from suspects?
I guess early on in my career, it seemed to be something that 27 years, thousands of interviews and studying people and looking for indications of physical deception and verbal deception and putting that all together as a culmination of my career, at the end as a Texas Ranger and working high-profile homicide investigations.
Certainly, yeah.
So the 2-hour premiere, it focuses on the serial killer William Reese, right? Why do you think this case was so difficult for investigators?
It was a case that polarized Houston, really the southern part of the United States, for an entire year. Women just started disappearing. No one knew what happened to them. They were never found. And, the idea behind this case, and it's actually a case that runs really 20 years, because from the crimes occurred in 1997 to ultimately solving the crimes in roughly 2017, when we recovered the remains of 2 of the victims. It was roughly a 20-year investigation.
Wow. Okay, I might be getting my wires crossed. Is this, when I think of the Killing Fields, is this that story? Is that the right one?
So the Killing Fields specifically, yeah, it's Galveston and Houston County. It's referred to different ways. Specifically, that's a series of murders that happened on Calder Road in Galveston County, right down the road from this. But in general, a lot of people talk about the murders that occurred during that time as the Killing Fields, because there was so many women that had disappeared. I think the number was around 80 something between the late 80s and 2000. The late 80s and 1997, I think roughly in the greater Houston area, there was 80 plus women that mysteriously disappeared.
Oh my goodness.
So obviously, you're talking about this. It's kind of heavy, right?
Yeah.
Emotionally disturbing. How do you, as a human, process the weight of sitting face to face with these killers?
I mean, my goal is to solve the case, to, I say, bring justice, really to find answers for the family, to take people off the street that don't need to harm anyone. And for me, I guess I compartmentalize it. I look at things as a black and white to stay effective. I think it's, it's so difficult to absorb what the family's going through and to, think about the victims nonstop. And so I guess part of my approach was to stay effective, I needed to be non-emotional. Obviously, you can't not let these cases touch you in some way. But when you're stepping in the interview room, you really have to limit that.
Yeah.
You're interviewing this person who's a monster, but the last thing you want him to think is that he's a monster.
Right. Yeah. Fascinating. Fascinating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is. How can we watch this series?
You can watch it on Discovery ID tomorrow night, 9/10 Central, and it also streams on HBO Max on Wednesday.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Fascinating conversation.
It is good stuff.